Now it's a very important day for end user computing, and I'm standing at the Zimbra booth right here. Zimbra is the email collaboration application from VMware, and Zimbra is very renewed. There are new features. You can use Zimbra in combination with real physical phones and delete messages. And I saw somebody use the Zimbra client in their browser, and they don't bother anymore if they're using the real software client or the Zimbra client in their browser. It works as easily, and they made some real steps forward. Can you tell us some of the highlights of the new product?
I'd be more than happy to. The first one is really communication around unified communication. One of the requests we always get from all of the big enterprise customers or just any customers is, I've got a Cisco or I've got a Mitel or some voicemail system. I like to be able to manage my voice mailbox from my Zimbra client no matter where I am. So even if I am on the road, I can get to it from my mobile device or I can get to it from my webmail client. So that's a big piece. Second one is all around distribution list and management. So one of the things you had to do in the prior version of Zimbra is you had to run a third-party tool to actually manage lists and adding members to the list. Where in Zimbra 8, you've got the owners of the list. You can try to figure out what members are in what distribution list. Like I'm part of the sales team. If I had to find out what the members were, I had to use a different tool previously. So whole subscription, unsubscribe to a list, all that is great.
I heard that Zimbra also has some great search capabilities. Can you elaborate on that?
Absolutely. So one of the things that we've done is when you do a search in the email, we've tuned it even more to the point where when you run a search result, you actually see your search results in a different tab. And now there's more intelligent, a very friendly UI, a very simplified UI. So we've taken a lot of clutter out of the user interface and really allowed more point and click to say, I'm going to run an initial search for all emails from Anoop, but now I want to take more actions. How about Anoop when he sent an attachment, things like that. But the fact that when you get a new tab, I can still do other functions like go back to my mail, check my calendar, and yes, now I want to continue to filter out my search results some more. So one of the things you'll notice is in the UI, there's a nice little voice tab that's there. So when I actually click on the voicemail, you've got the ability to look at your voicemails. You can do some basic things like you can play your voicemails. You can also change your status from heard to unheard. The best part about this is these voicemails are not on your Zimbra system. They're still on your Cisco or any or Mitel or any voice system you've got, but we are using straight API integration. So this is something that if you're running a non-Cisco or a non-Mitel system, Avaya, for example, you can use the same interface to do that. The other thing you can also do is, of course, call back folks. So when I actually click on a phone number, you can define a home number, a desk number, a cell phone, and I really want the web client to call my cell phone first, and then I'm going to call my partner contact, and you're doing all of this bridging from the voicemail client. So it's just like you're at your desk, but you're really not, and you're still able to call anybody by simulation that you're at your desk. So that's the first part. Second is around search. So when I go to mail, I'm going to go ahead and run a search and just let me show all the emails with the word schedule. So you'll notice as soon as I go here, a new search tab came up, and I can still go back to mail, I can go back to calendar and do something else that somebody just called me to do. I can go back to the search, but you'll notice on the left side, very easy, intuitive options. If I also wanted to search for, well, not only emails with the word schedule, I actually want emails with the word that had a PDF document, and you'll see how fast the search is.
Are you able to tag your emails and create specific tags for them?
You are. So one of the great parts about Zimbra is whenever you tag an email, we really think through what is the next thing the user is going to want to do. If you're tagging an email, more than likely you will like to search for it later. You're working on projects, you're working with different individuals. So whenever you tag an email, you can drag and drop. So I can actually take the specific finance tag, I can drop it over on this email, right away it's tagged. But you'll also notice I can click on a finance tag and it just went through my entire mailbox to quickly give me the list of messages that had the tags. As an end user, we provide this step. We automatically are thinking ahead to say, the user's going to, of course, need a filter to look at it again.
It looks great. I've heard that VMware, the internal IT department, has migrated all the users from the other guys to Zimbra. Did the migration went successful?
The migration successful, actually we're right in the middle of the migration at the moment. So we've migrated about half the company so far to Zimbra. And so that's the other great part is the other guys are still have some of the users internally, and then we've got Zimbra. But the other great part about Zimbra version 8 and the other guys is you're able to run in a coexistence model. So you really can take your time to migrate your company to Zimbra based on your schedule, not the fact that you need to migrate everybody over a weekend. So
what you're saying is that you give your users already a new client and still attached to the server of another company?
That's right. They can get you a new client and you can really decide, I've got 1,000 people, I'm really going to take 5 weeks for this migration. I'm going to move 200 users at a time. But as far as mail communication is concerned, it still continues to function. The users cannot tell if they're on the other system or they're on Zimbra. They're just doing their day-to-day work and being able to deliver messages, exchange calendar invitations. They're able to do all of those things, and you really don't know what system you're on.
It's a great story, Anoop. Many thanks.
Thank you so much.